The Tortoise and the Rabbit. Once upon a time, in a vast and beautiful forest, there lived a rabbit who was incredibly proud of his speed. He would often boast to other animals about how fast he can run. One day, tired of the rabbit's continuous bragging, the tortoise, who was known to be slow but steady, decided to speak up. "I challenge you to a race," he said. "Let's see who reaches the top of the hill first." The rabbit laughed heartily. He knew that the tortoise stood no chance against him. "You must be joking," he said. "I can run circles around you while you crawl. But since you insist, I accept the challenge," he said to the tortoise. And so the race was set. The other animals of the forest gathered to watch, excited to see what will happen. Finally, the race began and the tortoise started off like a lightning bolt. He zoomed through the trees, his feet barely touching the ground. The tortoise, on the other hand, was walking slow and steady. As the rabbit reached ahead, he glanced back at the tortoise who was far behind. And looking at the tortoise's slow pace, he said to himself, "This race is going to be too easy. Let me take a short nap." And so the rabbit found a shaded spot under a tree and went into deep sleep, feeling confident that the tortoise will never be able to catch up. Meanwhile, the tortoise continued his slow but steady pace. He did not rush. He did not stop, but he focused on one step at a time. The tortoise, while continuing his steady pace, crossed the sleeping rabbit who was undisturbed. But he continued on his way, never losing focus. The rabbit, on the other hand, slept more than he intended. When he woke up, he saw that the tortoise was almost near the finish line. He understood how much time he had lost. In a state of panic, he rushed towards the finish line, but it was too late. The tortoise had already crossed the finish line and the race was over. The animals cheered and the tortoise smiled humbly. The rabbit, feeling exhausted and defeated, put his head down, apologized to the tortoise and the other jungle animals. He said, "I have understood that pride and overconfidence is not good. I will never boast about my speed again." The moral of the story is, slow and steady always wins the race. Persistence is always better than overconfidence.